As a teenager growing up in the United States, I was a frequent visitor of 7-Eleven. I haven't been there in I don't know how long, over a decade or more probably. I thought the time was right. Let's scour the city until we stumble across the 7-Eleven, and here it is. As you know, American 7-Elevens do have a nice selection of hot, fresh food. You got your pepperoni pizzas, there are the chimichangas, all variety of rolled taquito treats. I mean, look at this stuff, and some of it looks like they go hard and heavy with the seasoning, which I always like. Just rolling around under the sunlight, what a paradise, huh? And look at the grilled dogs. Looks like they popped some of these suckers on fresh grease turning under the heat lamp. Doesn't get much yummier than this. It's a nice smell. I decided to try 2 items. Item A, a return of the chimichanga. Crispy flour shell stuffed with hot beans, usually some shredded meat of some sort, and some cheese. It's usually extremely yummy. And for item B, I decided to try a new item. They didn't have all these fancy fandangled seasoned taquitos back when I was going to 7-Eleven. So I decided to try something from their vast taquito menu, and I got a seasoned chicken and cheese taquito. These 2 items, very excited to try until tragedy struck. No hot sauce. Anybody knows you order a chimichanga, it comes accompanied with a little packet of taco sauce. You open the corner of that sucker. This was a tradition. No big deal, I figure. I take my order and I drive a couple of blocks to the next 7-Eleven, go in there, no hot sauce, no taco sauce. I asked the clerk what's going on. She said the world has changed. She said they used to send them all sorts of free complimentary items. They're making these franchisees pay for everything now, and some of it isn't even available, including hot sauce. It's absolutely mind-boggling. You know I like to always hit it raw. I love it. But after that, I like to slather it with sauce and hit it again and again. No longer available. So I gotta say, going into this thing, I'm actually extremely nervous. Okay, first, the traditional dish, my roots, throwing up on chimichangas, and there it is, emerging, this little crispy delicacy with hot yumminess inside. Okay. Wow, not what I expected. Okay, times are changing indeed, my friends. There's a lot of tortilla, a small amount of dry filling. The definition of choking it down, it takes all the saliva in your throat and mouth just to ooze this thing down your esophagus. I mean, it is dry as the Mojave Desert, and the filling is paltry. I mean, this is where you need the hot sauce to combat this dryness. I'm gonna take a little taste of just the filling. Ooze it out, squeeze it out. Yeah, it's not an exciting recipe. I have a lot of great memories of a 7-Eleven chimichanga. This is not what it used to be. The filling is a very bland, very pedestrian chili and bean and I guess meat mixture. You don't taste a lot of meat in there. It's just a nondescript, middle-of-the-road chili. And it's dry. I've already eaten most of the filling in that tiny little bite. Look at this. I'm squeezing it like a toothpaste tube, and that's how much filling. I'm heartbroken by this thing. I'm hoping that this new item, the new school 7-Eleven, this heavily seasoned taquito is gonna redeem this thing and bring it back. Bring back 7-Eleven as the convenience store king. These taquitos were self-serve, okay? So it kind of broke apart. This is a chicken and cheese, I was told. That's how it was labeled, although the meat is red. So I don't know how the chicken and cheese has become red, but there you see a red filling and sort of an orange crusted outside, flavors and seasonings, all the yumminess that the 7-Eleven chefs have devised. Let's see how it goes down. Okay. All right. So I don't think this is chicken in here. I'm starting to think they got labels for all the different kind of meat, and they just figure people aren't gonna notice. You know, if you're scarfing this stuff down, you're just not gonna notice. You can at least get a little hint of cheese, but I don't taste any chicken whatsoever. I'm gonna turn the flavor side down towards my palate to maximize flavor and give it another shot. Yeah. So look, the best thing about this is the cheese. It tastes kind of like a Velveeta, a lot of flavor, creamy. It definitely kind of takes center stage on this dish. The flavor on the outside is kind of all bark and no bite, not that powerful. I mean, I'm gonna lick this stuff right off the tortilla now. I'm getting almost nothing. That's bizarre. It's a colorful orange crust. You think your tongue's gonna be inundated with flavor. but there's nothing there. So the flavor's coming from the cheese on the inside. A lot of elements of this are a little bit dry, complemented by a hot sauce, a taco sauce, some kind of condiment. It could take it to a whole new level, but this thing's sort of spinning its wheels. You gotta be quite hungry to put a couple of these things down. Without taco sauce, it's a lot to ask. 7-Eleven phasing out hot sauce and taco sauce. I mean, I don't know if the world knows this, but get the word out. We gotta bring this stuff back.